We're joined now by Jaeme Pagard Behrendt. She is soon going to be traveling from California to Texas to search for her dad, Richard, his wife, Carol, their dog, Poppy, all of them still missing in the aftermath of the floods. Jaeme, we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. We know this is such a difficult time. I know your sister and brother are also going to fly into Texas to help you with the search. Just tell us first, how are you and your family holding up right now?
We're just trying to do what we can. I think just the only thing getting me through is being on social media and getting their faces and names out there. I feel like I've had hundreds of people in the area reach out to me, even just trying to locate their dog Poppy. I just can't believe the amount of kindness and prayers I've gotten from strangers. Sorry, just seeing their pictures on the screen too is really emotional. This is just something my dad, knowing my dad and the way he is an avid weather watcher, especially with living in Texas. If he would have expected anything like this, he wouldn't have been at that campground that night.
It's something we're hearing a lot of is people just not expecting it.
I know he's a strong swimmer. He's never been scared of any type of body of water in his life. He was a surfer. He lived I grew up in California. I still live in California, and he was an avid surfer. I know he can handle, those big waves and pulling him down. But I know also was speaking with Carol's daughter that Carol's deadly scared of water, and she couldn't swim. And I know my dad would do everything he could to try and save her and others. And so we're still trying to remain hopeful. But as the days go on, it just really, trying to wrap ourselves around like worst case scenario for our family. And me and my siblings feel that just being out there and being closer to everything is just going to, I think, maybe help us, just give us a better feeling of that we're doing something to help find them.
And we understand your plan is that you'll head right to the site where someone has found your father's truck. What do you know at this point? What information do you have about where they were when someone last spoke with him and this vehicle that was found?
So my aunt last spoke with him on July 3rd in the afternoon, getting a brisket recipe from him. And that was the last time we spoke with him. He was been at the campground. They've been there, for the past couple months while they're trying to relocate to the hill country. And I think we would know whether they're there. Carol's daughter spoke with somebody from the campground and said that she saw them on the cameras that they were, in there that evening and stuff as well too. And as far as regards in finding the truck, a nice gentleman named Joe was searching some debris and found the truck and was going through belongings, trying to see who it belonged to. He found a prescription bottle with my father's name on it, searched my father's name. That's how he saw my Facebook post and reached out to me and sent me pictures of the truck and his belongings. We were able to get some of the belongings from a family friend that's out in the area right now. The car is pretty mutilated and mangled, and there was a trailer with it, but we're not sure if it was their camper or not yet, because it doesn't look really much like a camper anymore.
I have to imagine it's been a bit of a helpless feeling these last few days, which is one of the primary reasons you're going out there. When you get there, are you hoping you can connect with local authorities or with rescue teams? What's your plan once you get to Texas?
Right now, I think our plan is just, me and my brother and sister, I think we really just need to see his truck and get a visualization of that in the area. And then I think we're just going to go from there. I do plan on going to maybe like local shelters and where animals that have been rescued have gone to also, in hopes to find their dog as well. Poppy, was their pride and joy, I think, right now also. And I think I'm hoping that if I find Poppy alive, that's a good chance that maybe I could find them alive too.
Absolutely. This must be tough just emotionally thinking about what you're about to be up against, but I know you're going to have your siblings with you. How are you all sort of preparing?
I don't know how I'm in a mental state where I can communicate with people right now. I think we're just trying to just hold on to prayers and hope that, that there's a miracle is going to happen, and we're kind of just going with that. But also in the back of my mind, I'm preparing for the worst as well. on Friday when I got the call, I wasn't in a great state. My dad, he's my daddy. I love him, and I can't imagine a world without him in it. So we're just trying to, pray that they're going to be found and that they're safe somewhere.
We're praying for that for you too. If there's anything else you can share with us this morning, what do you want that to be? We're all my whole family. My dad's one of 7 siblings, and Carol is as well. We have a lot of people out there praying for them, and we're praying for the rescue teams out there, that they remain safe and that God's able to guide them to find the missing. There were a lot of people taken from their campground, the HTR campground where they were at. I believe there's probably about 40 people missing from that campground alone, whole families also. So if everybody can just pray for all the campers, everybody missing, and that I know the death toll keeps rising, but we're just praying that we still find people alive. Hope, you said that word, hope, a lot. We are hoping that a miracle can happen. We're thinking of you and your family. Please keep us updated, Jaeme, okay?
No, thank you so much.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.